Hey, YouTubers and friends, how are all of you tonight? I tell you, it was a hot as Hades day out today on the dirt, but I'm all cooled off now. We're hanging with the best people on YouTube and my two prospecting brothers. We have a great show tonight. Know why? It's Open Line Tuesday, where you, our Flash fam, are our guest. We do have a special appearance by the inventor of Gold Claw tonight for a little bit. If you see there's a message pinned in the chat, you can get a pocket claw right now and a container of pay dirt for the cost of shipping alone. I know I love the Gold Claw. I have some there, some in my backpack out in the shed. I think I have all the Gold Claws in all the colors now, too. But hey, let me head over to the other set, bring in Jesse and Dano and Rose. Get that pump fixed, girl. We'll be right back. Hey, YouTubers and friends, thanks for joining us for another episode of Tuesday Night Hangout Live with ToledoJess, Dano, the Treasure Vixens, and I. Who's back?
Gold shows.
Gold shows.
Yeah.
Like what gold shows?
EPA gold and treasure shows.
Oh, wow. What's that other guy doing in Rosa's spot?
What? Where?
I'm having double vision. And what a bad angle, too. Move that one over there.
Ed and Ned's here tonight.
Ed, meet Jesse and Dano. Dano, meet Ed. I'm Ed. Eddie's out playing somewhere. I don't know. But, gee whiz. Why didn't you guys say something? Oh, what am I doing? I don't want to pin that guy. I want to unpin that video. I want to stop that video. It hides self-view. Okay. Everybody, I had an Ed moment. How are you guys doing tonight?
Ed moments.
A senior moment.
I'm not that old. That's Jesse. He's the senior.
Well,
before the antique moment
started here. Hi, everybody. Hey, look, there's Nikki from Nikki's Prospecting. Hey, you guys, what's up?
David Villa, what's up, brother?
Ottis, how you doing, brother? Clark's Cove Detecting.
Mark Muller, what's up, dude?
Peener, Jeff, GoPro Unlimited.
Mr. Lowe, the world's greatest moderator. What are you up to tonight? Hope you're moderating.
I seen him sneak in.
Willie was here about 12 hours ago. Good job, Willie.
On top of it.
And Jesse McCoy, the Shillelagh man. How you doing?
Boy. How's you? I's good. How's you?
We be absolutely fabulous. LNW's new shoe.
Yeah, there he is, doing the red stuff. That's my man.
How you doing, Steven? Van Diamond Gems. I believe they're from Tasmania, and that's a new name, and I forget their last one. But good to see you as always, our Down Under friends, Terry Curry,
yep,
Holly and Rusty. Rusty shared, he couldn't tag you, but he shared a post.
I saw that. Yes, he did tag me, actually.
Okay, he ended up.
Yes.
You ended up accepting his
kind of freaked me. I'm going to be honest with you, Ed. When I first saw that picture, that freaked me out because I go, wait a minute, that's way too much gold.
Ha!
Way too much.
But it's only in a gold pan that big.
Yeah, right. Then I realized it was one of his little keychain ones.
Amethyst, welcome to the Flash Fam. Glad
Hey, what's
you're
up,
here.
Ottis?
MVP most vicious. I think that's vicious. I should have not have ditched school so much. Yeah, it's hot as AF, all right. I was on a building pad digging footers and pouring cement.
Hey, Holly. Nabity designer 3D printing. How are you tonight?
Libby, go lay down.
Squirrels,
Let's go.
magnet fishing. Ruby, shh, do that quietly. We're live, sister. Crickets, crickets.
70 on the Oregon coast, Bob McCoy says. Must be nice. It's hotter than hell and humid here.
Oh, I'm telling you, it got to 90 degrees today here.
Well, Washington got in the triple digits up in Washington yesterday. Little
Right.
cooler today. Yeah, Jim, I knew it was that. Jim's in Prospecting, Tasmania. I'm a product of Buckle. Oh, speaking of
sorry to hear
David.
that.
Oh no, David's a great guy and his lovely wife. I'm sure the YouTube world misses that guy when he
Oh, yeah.
disappears for who knows how much of time. Ottis, our brother Ottis, says Washington has been hotter than 700 hells. That's pretty flippin' high. Pretty doggone high.
So, Daniel, you got plans for this weekend, right?
Yep.
Doing the old barbecue and fireworks stuff?
You staying home?
Yep.
Okay, so no double D for Dano.
Nope. My family wanted to have a cookout for the 4th, so that kind of deterred me from going for the weekend.
Oh, well. We're either gonna head up to King and Queen Prospectors for 4th of July, maybe play a little at Picker Hollow, or we're gonna be going down to the Double D, or I don't know. So
I'd like to be going to double D. That was
Mostly, I don't know, right?
it all depends.
Yeah,
It really depends on the weather. I'm not gonna drive 3.5 hours hauling a trailer if it's gonna be chances of some severe pop-ups and
Well, you're just getting all into that glamping, aren't you?
well, hey,
Before
why
the trailer,
not?
you'd go before the trailer, you'd go anytime. Oh, it's going to rain a little bit, no problem.
Well, I don't want to make a bunch of ruts pulling my new house out. Pulling the house out. Mary Monarch, good to see
Hey,
you.
Mary.
squirrel.
Burnt River, Oregon was hotter. Yeah, I bet. I bet. Burnt River's also in the high desert too. I like that area though. But wonder where our sister is.
Probably still working on her pump.
Right, right. Definitely, definitely. So what's your plans, Jesse?
Oh, I think we're just going to stay home, cook some burgers, and watch the neighborhood go up in flames. Everybody, for the last, week, 2 weeks
Oh
now?
God, it's been terrible.
Somebody's been blowing off some dynamite around here.
Dynamite.
And then on 4th of July, well, we can see if they have fireworks downtown. I don't know if they've canceled them or not.
I don't know.
I haven't heard. But if they have fireworks downtown, we can actually watch them from our house. You know, but last year they canceled the fireworks, and the fireworks were just, and I'm sure this happened everywhere last year, up and down everybody's street,
Everywhere. Yeah.
everywhere. I mean, okay, you don't want to let us watch them in one spot. We'll blow them up everywhere, and they did. The whole city was lit up. I could see them. I could see them across the river. You know.
Yep. They did that in the whole United States last year.
We do have some emails in. If you want to send in anything, be shared. Go ahead, send it out to flashingyourpan@gmail.com. Tidewater Magnet Thrower has sent us something to gawk at, and our buddy Willie.
Yeah. And mark on there in the description, what you got.
Well, here, let's take care of. Let me get ready for this. All right. Got it.
Yeah, Jared, call in.
This is from our friend Tidewater. Hey Ed, I wanted to see if you wanted some material for tomorrow night's show. I have a pretty good find I'd like to share. It's a pre-Civil War anchor, late 1700s to early 1800s. I managed to make it on the local news and front page on the newspaper. Definitely my coolest find to date. Possibly the best relic found magnet fishing. Maybe, I don't know. In the US, maybe. But I don't know. Europe does really good with their magnet fishing stuff. I don't know. Who'd you say? I have a magnet. I've had
Europe, they find a lot of World War II stuff in the river.
Yeah.
Guns, ammo.
Right. There's more. It was found not far from some ships that were found in the same river from that time period. They call the Nasamundigo ships. Roses here. I'm talking with the lead archaeologist from the project, and we are hoping to get the anchor into an artifact lab and then a museum. I'll attach some pictures also. I have a giveaway going on this week for the Krutos magnet of your choice giveaway. Angela and Rose were talking about that Sunday on their monthly live stream. Should head over there sometime. We're usually all there, so they put on a great show. Good crowd too. Pictures, okay. To celebrate hitting 500 subs, winner will be selected July 2nd live. If you wanted to help me promote, that would truly be appreciated. I'll be at work, so I probably can't participate in the open line, but I'll be in chat. Thank you, Tidewater. Look at there. Got the anchor right there. Look at that shot. All his goodies he found. One magnetic moment. Cool.
All them stickers are for nothing, Rose.
I just realized that.
I could see it though, Rose.
Yeah, we seen it.
We seen it, Rose.
Trying to silently say hello to everybody.
He had a picture up there, so you couldn't see it. And I didn't want to interrupt him, so.
No, Tidewater's great channel. I'm glad you're putting that up there. I hope, hey, if anybody's trying to win a magnet, end of the week, guys.
Yeah. Hi, Rose.
Awesome.
Hi, guys.
Awesome. Awesome. Hey, Rose. Glad you made it.
I'm so sorry I was late, Ed. It was, I've got a story for you guys if you want to hear it.
Well, yeah, sure. Then we
Why
can
not?
share.
All right.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Go ahead.
At about 1 o'clock today, my daughter messaged me that the basement had been flooding, and we have a few different types of flood in our basement. There's the sub pump failing. There's too much rainwater. You know, there's different issues going on. So I was trying to have her talk it through me, and then I finally had her send me a picture, and it looked a lot like a rainwater flood. If you know, it looked different. I thought it was going to be the sub. Well, I say sub pump. Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So it scares me enough that I decided to drive home, because if it was rainwater, what happens is the systemic pressure will push up, and it'll start with a little bit, and then it'll become a lot, and then it becomes almost nightmarish. So I was prepared for that to happen, only to get home and realize that my sub pump, it was definitely my sub pump. It had been failing for a while. It has a float in it, you guys know. So,
Right.
and then the water fills up in the tank, and then the float lifts up and it turns on the switch. Well, that switch had been stuck below the water,
Ooh.
allowing the water to rise up. Now that's something I've been dealing with, but I've been able to get in there and like clean it up, and I'll put a little bit of white lithium on the switch to get it going. But I'd said if it ever happens again, I'm calling the plumber and I'm getting it replaced. And that happened today. So I paid $127 to have the plumber come out there and tell me, yep, you're exactly right. That switch is bad. You have to replace the whole pump. And he did make sure that I learned that it is not a sub pump. It is a sewage ejection pump, guys. And the difference is the sewage ejection pump chops up all the turd water before it pumps it into your septic tank.
Yeah.
That's really the difference. And then he gave me a quote of $2,400. And I told that guy to get out of my house. I was like, you've got to go. I was like, no way. That's really not true. I scheduled an appointment for Friday and told him to call me before he headed out, and then sent him on his way. And then I got online and started looking for sewage ejector pumps, and made it to the store by 4 o'clock and bought one for $375. $375, guys. $2,400, $375.
Yeah.
So I then hopped on the handy dandy YouTube and learned how to replace a sewage ejection pump, which was not easy, nor was it pleasant. And I did, at the very end of it, spray poop water everywhere before I got everything.
Ed said we were waiting for you to come in with brown stains all over you.
I thought Dano said that. She'll come in.
Somebody said it.
The 2-inch pipe was facing away from me, thank goodness, because you know, it was a 2-inch pipe coming at you, you know. So I just sprayed my whole wall and then freaked out, and I dropped it and sprayed some more. And don't leave it plugged in when you're trying to work on it, guys. Don't leave it plugged in when you're trying to work on it. Yeah, lesson learned. Moral of the story: I saved $2,000 today and was late to today's show by doing it myself.
They're waiting for my pictures.
Yeah, you know what? I you know, now it's got to happen, because I feel like Rosie the Riveter now.
Yeah.
That was hard,
we have a new name in the house. Tumnus. Tumnus.
Tumnus?
Tumnus.
Oh, that's my daughter, you guys.
Yeah, it was super nasty, y'all.
Yeah,
She's a champion.
a lot.
That's why Rosie's our Rosie the Riveter gal. Yeah.
You know, I love you. Mwah.
So now I want one with you holding the magnet.
Welcome, Tumnus.
One with you holding a pipe wrench.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, man. One wiping poop off on my wall. Oh my gosh.
David Villa says, you're not Josephine the plumber. No, she's Rosie, the jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah, I gotta tell
Better,
you,
better to be
I wish.
a master of none than a master of one.
That's right. That's right. And I wish I was independently wealthy because it was almost worth paying the $2,400 a month.
Let me respond to Willie here. Willie says, Rose, the next thing you're going to find magnet fishing is a toilet. Oh, already done.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like
Done.
that's gonna happen.
That's already done. She already did that.
All right, thanks for listening to me, guys. Somebody had to hear
Hey,
it. Somebody had to
Hey,
hear
that's
it.
what
that's
brothers
cool.
are for.
That's
Rookie
that's
grower.
that's a good lesson, you know. Really, that's a good lesson because you know how I am about the internet. It's a double-edged sword, you know. There's a lot of good things on it, and a lot of bad things.
All
When you
bad.
can find those good things that save you a ton of money like that, internet's great.
Well,
$2,000.
Yep.
$2,000, you guys.
crazy,
That's
crazy
insane.
for that.
Yeah, for something that I could literally learn how to do on YouTube. $400 for the part. The part's gonna
Right.
last for 10 years. Hopefully I don't have to deal with it again for 10 years, you know?
Right.
Yeah, the pumps are expensive.
Yeah. Oh
But-
yeah. Yeah, I mean, but I guess it's the labor, and there was a lot of labor involved in that.
I was just going to ask you, do you think the guy would have earned his $2,000?
Yeah, that was some
Well,
never
as
wanna do it
long
again.
as you thought that,
yeah.
Right.
to me, I
Because
would
now,
have did it.
if the next time you'll have a better understanding and go ahead and do it because I don't want to do it.
I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I got it.
Yeah.
You have a choice now.
Well,
So-
I was like
go ahead.
$400 part and having $2,000 left to travel this weekend, to
Oh yeah.
buy pay dirt, to so I don't know, maybe 10 years from now I feel the same
Right.
way, where like that $2,000 could have been spent on so many other things. I could have gotten a French bulldog puppy for that much money. Like,
Right.
geez Louise. All right, rant over.
Rant
Okay.
over. Are you sure?
No, I'm still heated, you guys.
Yeah.
I would you should I was like having a sailor down in the basement. I had the biggest potty mouth.
Well, here we have something good. Here's a find from our friend Willie.
Oh, yeah, this is great.
Check this out. A wallet from 1995. He called, like the good man Willie is, great guy. And they want their wallet back. Even as the money's still in it, and I bet you, knowing Willie, it will have everything in it going back to the owners, just the way he found it.
I actually, I'm going to speak for him because I asked him about it. The driver's license is actually too corroded to be able to identify who it belongs to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that message said 1995 called and they want their Kansas wallet back.
Oh, okay.
Like it's the
Never
yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
Duh!
Yeah. 'Cause I asked him
Another
the same
Ed
thing.
moment. I'll blame that on blondness. Blondness. That went right over me. Phew.
So you couldn't even read the license number, huh?
Yeah, so it was too degraded to make it out. I mean, I don't know if he's going to try anything fancy smancy or anything like that, but I
The
already
top
asked him.
part there looks
Pretty
you
good.
know, that top part looks pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, everything's legible and stuff, So I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't even get to see that much of it. He just showed me. I can't believe he caught that magnet fishing, you guys, with a magnet. There was something metal in there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The snap, was there a snap on it?
Or like maybe a bottle opener. They make like wallet-sized bottle openers for all the alkies out there. And maybe that was magnetic enough to get a pull to it, but it is crazy.
Yeah, I want to see some gold porn from our buddy Rusty. Rusty was at Flash Bash, Rusty and Holly from Nabity Designs. And Rusty's a vet. and he took part in the Take a Vet prospecting project. Here, it's a thing we do. Jesse's baby here at Flash in Your Pan, or would it be Midwest Prospecting Adventures or Flash in Your Pan, Jesse?
All the above.
All the above, yeah, all the above. But here's the pan that we were talking about earlier. Here it is. Looks really good in that pan, don't it? He got nice pickers, and some wire gold in there, and some
Yeah,
nice
that totally freaked me
assorted
out.
sides. Totally freaked you out, huh?
Yeah, because we have our demos, and for vets, we give them a scoop of our demo dirt, right? And there's quite a bit
There's
of
some
gold in
nice
it,
gold in it.
right? But when I first saw that picture, I'm going, holy crap! I gave him that much. Wait a minute. I realized it's one of his little 3D printed pans, little keychain ones. I said,
Right.
okay, but that's still quite a bit.
Yeah, hey, I'd be smiling with that in my
Oh,
pan.
heck yeah, my big pan.
Right, definitely.
Did he say how
Right.
much it weighed?
I no.
73 grams.
Yeah,
Oh,
you wish.
0.73 grams. I'm sorry.
Oh,
That's cool.
a little over a half gram.
Yeah.
Hey, can't beat that with a
No.
stick. I'm sure he's hooked now. So
Remind me to stir that up next time, Ed.
yeah, definitely, right? Right. If you want to share anything and have us show the world, just send it to flashinyourpan@gmail.com. Give a little description.
Hey, can I show up? Can I show my newest creations?
Yeah, here. After I'm gonna pin Rose so she could do her sticker tag. Birth child of Ron F.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
good friend of Flash in Your Pan. And
Credit to
Rose,
Ron.
if you know Rose, she does give Ron F. credit for this. Hey, Vicky and Ryan, how are you?
Hey, Mickey.
Cheryl, how are you? Or Sherry?
Cheryl and me. She said I could
Cheryl
come to her
Lamy.
pool and swim with her.
Cheryl Lamy, right?
Yeah.
Lamy or Lamy?
Me, like Cheryl, my friend in French, or my
Cheryl
friend
Lamy.
Cheryl, me.
Heavy Meadow, how you doing, brother?
Heavy Meadow.
Yeah,
Trying to see everybody that I saw in there.
do the sticker round, sis.
Yeah, I'm just gonna show stickers. I got so many stickers now, you guys. So many. Don't even know if Luke Duke's here.
I haven't seen Luke Duke. We're gonna have to send him a penalty charge.
Oh, you guys, Amethyst is Amethyst Angel. I think she changed her name. Just so you guys know.
Okay. Well, it ain't a newbie joining us. Hi, Angel.
See here, I'm just flashing. Miss Richard Davis, haven't seen him in a little bit.
He's been working different schedules, so it's been kind of messing up him and Melanie's schedule a bit. Actually, that guy right there is next Tuesday's guest.
Is he?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's gonna be a great
The
show,
magnetic squatch.
Oh, he is a hoot nanny. He is so much fun and he's so engaging.
Our friend Snorkel Pirate. I didn't see Snorkel in here. Is he in here?
I haven't seen him.
I'm just flashing now. I don't know. I don't even
know. Oh,
if
you're just flashing?
Yeah. Yeah. But check this out. Have you guys seen Mrs. JP's stickers?
Yes. I got one.
I'm gonna be meeting up with JP
But she
and Mrs.
didn't
JP.
send enough for the whole crew,
You know,
Mrs. JP.
yeah, when I see her, maybe I'll bug her for some and get you guys some. 'Cause I'm gonna see her this weekend.
Yes, thank you for that about Amethyst. You know, because me, you know, I am mostly blonde, so I'm a little slow at things sometimes. Oh, Mr. Lodak already has one. Okay.
Victoria, shoot us a letter to the PO box. Anybody who sends us a letter gets a free sticker. So shoot us a letter, tell
Ooh.
us howdy, and we will mail you a sticker back.
So after the show, head over to the Treasure Vixens. If you can't, you all just search them. They'll blow your screen up. So
Yeah, we're friends on Facebook. I can send you the PO box if you need it, but that's how we're doing our stickers right now. We're not selling them or anything. We're just giving them away to people who send us mail.
you know they're available, but I give more away than anything. If I mail something out, I stick one in it, and but um, I'm gonna call in a friend of our channels and the inventor of the gold claw. Um, he has a promotion going on right now. You can pick up a pocket pan. Oh. You'll get their number one selling pocket claws. Great cleanup tool. Um, this thing's simple to use, very simple. I know Rusty just got a claw in the mail. Very simple. You could even fill your vial with that corner right there. You get one of these and a little pay dirt with some 100% real placer gold. I don't know how much. I don't think it's a lot, but it's still some placer gold. And all you have to do is pay for shipping. There's a link up pinned to the top of the chat room if you're interested. It is an affiliate link. It helps me also and the YouTube family. You're done
What's
with your
cool about those? What's cool about those pocket pans too is you can make a banana split.
Yeah. There's a
Drink your
boat,
coffee out of there in
a
the morning.
boat for banana split. And actually, I personally have used it as a coffee cup.
And I have video of it.
When we were out prospecting. It works. It works. Great for holding keys and change in your automobile, you know. And oh, look at that creek! I got my pen. But yeah, fits in the pocket. Actually, my last trip to Washington, I took one of these, a snuffer bottle, and a pocket sluice by our friends over at Prospector's Dream. And
Hey, I just noticed radios in the house.
oh, Ronald, you're late. I was
Bills in the
keeping
mail.
add that on to your penalties. No, just messing with you, brother. You know that. But yeah, I took these to Washington my last trip, just threw it in my carry-on, got to pan a little and sluice. I had to borrow a spoon from the restaurant, though. Don't tell them.
I have all three of the sizes, and they're all in clear, and I love them all.
Clear's my favorite color, but I have all three sizes also, the pocket, the prospector, and the production claw. all great tools. Hold on for a second. Guys, fill in the time. I think I'm gonna.
Well, here's a new T-shirt I did.
Here,
Read it
so
all
that's
now.
right, Jesse. You wanted
There.
to show some new stuff. So I'm gonna text our friend Klint Washburn.
Jess,
And
could you do one like that, but on the back have like ToledoJess on it or something?
Oh, I could do anything.
Yeah, I'd rock one of those. That is so funny.
So, Mark Muller asked me to design this.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, I think he just went on a beer run, I think is what he said.
Oh no.
I think he's gonna like it. I like that color. It's a nice gold color. It's not
Yeah.
yellow, you know, it's got a good
No.
gold to it.
I was a little worried because before you iron it, before you heat press it on, it looks orange. You know,
Yeah.
this looks weird.
I like
Yeah.
it though.
Yeah.
But it come out, I think it come out nice.
Oh, yeah.
Go porn addict. That's the best porn there is treasure.
You bet.
For sure.
You know.
So then this one is my sublimation one.
I like this one. Need to add. Oh, you do have a tank and a gun.
I do. I have a howitzer down there on the
a
bottom.
helicopter, a howitzer, a tank. Yeah.
What does it say, Jess?
It says, what does it say, Ruby?
Shall not be fringed.
Shall
upon.
not be infringed upon is not a suggestion.
Second Amendment
Yep.
shirt.
Yep.
Very
And yeah, I want one of each. And of course, I'm going to, I think I mentioned it once or twice here recently, maybe not, but I'm going to be going to Montana next weekend to,
Not this coming week, the
not
following weekend.
right, not 4th of July weekend. But the weekend of the 10th, I'm going to be going to Montana for the Dream Mat grand opening of their new shop. So I'll be going there and doing interviews of the different people that are using Dream Mat and going to be there. And Dave asked me to extend an invite to anybody that wants to show up. I'm looking for the address here, somewhere in here. I just had it a minute ago. It's in
the grand opening of the Dream Mat shop. I wish I could go. I just can't do it.
I know. Yeah, he wanted all three of us to go. So
Are you guys feeling overloaded with summer plans right now?
who, me?
Mine are just ready to start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So the new location, grand opening, they're gonna have barbecue on the 10th. Free barbecue and party, lots of giveaways. Gonna be giving away some really cool Dream Mats that are red, white, and blue.
Yeah, I saw those. I liked the picture of them.
Right. It's they also they're the three different cells. The regular cell, the mini, and the micro, all in one mat.
The micro or like the Cape D?
The cape, right.
I have the Cape D and the micro in my Gold Cube now. I love it.
So he's got room. If you want to come out and camp, you can camp. He's got plenty of space and it's a weekend event. We'll be doing a lot of giveaways, a lot of showing you the shop and stuff. But in case anybody is interested, it's in, hang on.
Clint's here.
It's 310 Bad Rock Drive, Columbia Falls, Montana.
Okay, now copy and paste that in the chat.
Well, I'd have to type it in because I'm looking at it on my phone.
Oh.
Let's see. I can type it in here.
Then do
310,
it.
310 Bad Rock Drive,
I hope
Columbia.
all you couldn't hear that knock on the floor. Jeez.
No, why? Something fall?
No, I just heard knocking upstairs. Tut, 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 tut,
Oh.
tut, tut, tut. Looks
Columbia
like
Falls,
Clint has,
Montana.
Clint has his camera.
There's the address. So anybody wants to show up or is in that area, wants to come hang out and check out the new Dream Mat shop or check out some Dream Mat, they're more than welcome to come for the weekend. Him and his brother have been working hard to get the shop built. So here's the shirts that they're going to be doing.
That's the shirt you made for Dream Mat.
Yep.
I like it. I like the Dream Mat American flag on the back.
Yeah. It's a unicorn. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing. Be flying out there doing pretty much just going to be interviewing different people and talking to them, putting a video out, kind of a commercial type thing. There's only real advertising, so see how it works.
Dang, Jess, how far away is that from you? Because I just Googled the directions and it's 1 day and 2 hours away from me.
Way up to northwest Montana.
Yeah,
Right.
that's one heck of a haul.
I'm flying.
Oh, yeah.
I'm flying.
Well, we have our friend Klint Washburn with us, the inventor and prospector inventor of the Gold Claw.
He was there. Where'd he go? There he is.
Unmute your mic. There he goes. He's got it. Still not hearing him.
I can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Still no sound.
No here.
How about now?
There you go.
All right,
What's
good.
up, Clint?
Hi there. How are you guys doing?
All right.
Doing well. I'm a lot
Hopping
better
on your
now.
show for a minute.
Yeah, it's been a little while. You know, you're more than welcome anytime, Clint.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I love coming out here. You have such a good family.
Oh, you bet. Yeah, it's the best on YouTube. Well, you know,
I agree.
the treasure hunting community, all fingers of it is absolutely great here on YouTube.
And it's expanding, dude.
Oh, definitely.
Wow.
We're corrupting all kinds of different treasure hunters with gold fever and gold prospecting,
Good.
Clint. You'd be really proud of us.
Yeah.
That's good. What kind of things are you doing? How you doing it?
Just showing the gold porn and the gold love, our love for our lifestyle, and being good ambassadors of it. And
Then we get people like Rose and Melly Tetris. They come on board and they check out what we're doing. We check out what they're doing. And they go, "Oh, we want to learn how to pan." Well, here you go.
they come
Gold
out
Fever.
with us sometime, and we get a flash in their pan, and next thing you know, we got another sucker hooked. I mean, another one
Great.
joining the family.
Oh, we're all suckers.
Hey, Clint, have you met Rose?
No, I don't think I have.
That's Rose. She's one of the treasure vixens. Her and her partner go out and magnet fish.
I have seen her on several of your shows, but I have not personally met her yet.
Well, it's nice to meet you. I
One
heard
day.
great things about the Gold Claw. I'm actually excited to get one for myself now. I think that it's going to be really great for me as a beginner, so I'm looking forward to it.
You're a beginner and you're hanging out with these guys. You're in the right crowd.
That's not what some people tell her. But
well, I'll let her discover that site on her own.
Yeah. Well, we were just talking about the fact that Ed says he's got one of every color, and
almost. I don't have the like military drab green.
Oh, the new green one.
I have the black. I have the blue. I have the clear, which is my favorite. And
I don't think I should send you the green. You might like it too much.
And guess what, Clint?
Oh, purple.
I still have my claws. I haven't given them all away.
I know. Ed can't hang on to them for more than a month or two, and he
neither can I. Well, you know, it's hard when you show somebody, you know, how to use it, and they really, you know, they really enjoy it, and it's kind of hard to deny letting them have one, you know.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's just hard. You know how it is.
I keep giving mine away every time I go out with someone too. I keep giving some of mine away to Ed.
Then he gives them away.
He gives them away, and then I give him another one, and
it's quite the circle, huh, Clint?
It's a good one.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to work that way.
I might have to send you one of these green ones. See what you think about it.
I'm still waiting for my psychedelic one.
Yeah, the tie-dye ones, I think they're pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you have one?
He probably gave it away. I don't know.
I've never had
No, I've never gotten one.
Right.
Never gotten one.
I've one a couple times.
You know, those are rare.
Because I know that they're rare because they're like
they're changeovers.
Changeovers.
Yeah. During the changeover,
I understand that.
About 2 or 3 between colors. And I hang on to those and give those away. And maybe we should give one of those away today. We should.
I'll take it.
Those
are we have a question, Clint, from our good friend Nikki down in Australia. Wondering where they sell them in Australia.
What have they tried them in Australia? She's wondering.
No, where are they? Do you have any retailers in Australia?
I have 2 or 3 that I've invited to do it, and they haven't done much at all. But the latest one seems to be taking it more seriously, and so I'll give you his info.
Okay, get ready, Nikki. Write her down.
You can't do a screen share on here, right?
No,
I don't see that opportunity. I would show you some pictures that I just one of my Gold Claw people from Australia just sent me some amazing pictures. I'll tell you about it in a second.
Nikki says she's ready.
All right, give me a second to pull it up here. I'm not very good at doing 2 things at once.
Oh, Clint, if I can do it, you can do it.
You know what? That's a good point. Let's see if I couldn't do it. I spelled it wrong. Let's try again. All right, there are my Australia people. Here we go. So in Australia, there's somebody named Brandon Johns, and you can he's reselling these to he's going to start teeing up some mom and pop shops, I'm hoping, so it's a lot easier to get to them out there. But you can talk to him talk to him directly at his website is bjk.imports99@gmail.com. That's his email. And then you can I think that's his online store as well. BJK Import.
bjkimports.com.au.
No, it's yes, you found it. bjkimports.com.au. Yep. You can go there and request to get in, and you can get into. You have to sign in to his store, but then you can go in and buy stuff off his store and find Gold Claw products there. That should save you. They cost a little more because he's got to cover all that shipping and stuff that we had to do to get them there. But because he buys them in bulk, it takes that way down, and so you should actually end up getting a better price overall with shipping and everything accounted for by going through him.
I'm sure Nikki, I'm sure you heard us talk about the Gold Claw. Just have to remember that it's totally different from what you're used to with the round pan. It's going to take you practice.
But the more you practice and the more you do it, the more you'll love it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I don't know if you can see my picture here. This guy sent me.
Yep, nice.
Here, let me pin you up higher. Okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
I'm going to flip it back here. And that was a few days ago. And then today he sent me another one. I'll show you. So here's another one he just sent. This is a few days later. How would you guys like to be coming home with that every day?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So this is his day out there the other day. And I've got to
go to Australia.
That for sure. But I got to read you his email because it's what we made these pans for. So his first one, he goes, let me scroll up there. He says, just wanted to let you know that I had my best 4 days in a row panning with the production pan. My mate was so impressed that I have just ordered 2 more, and he did. He ordered 2 more. And he went in, but he says the best days ever. And then a couple days later, he emails back with that second picture and says, you might start getting a few inquiries from Australia as many people are inquiring about the production pan. I'm out panning all.
Yeah, no doubt.
So
no doubt.
He's blown away, and that's what this pan is designed for. You can move so much dirt, and if you want to end up with gold in your vial at the end of the day, you got to move a lot of dirt. And that's what
I can show him all 3 of your pans.
Yeah, that would be good.
Oh, geez.
That way people that might not know what we're talking about.
Okay, this pan I'm going to show is the production pan. And you can move a lot of flipping dirt with this thing. A lot.
The suspense is killing us.
I was thoroughly impressed with that pan when I tried it for the first time. That thing just moves so much material so quick. It was just, and the people that were watching couldn't believe I was doing. We were just, throwing all your gold away. I said, no, I'm not. There it is down there. See it? all the other stuff is gone. But yeah, that's a cool pan. I like that pan.
It's like a bulldozer blade.
That's actually our internal code name we had for it while it was in prototype, was the bulldozer.
Yes, I remember that.
GoPro Unlimited says, I think the Gold Claw does a great job for back panning. Easier to separate the black sand and other heavy elements. Oh, yes.
I'm still waiting to see your picture. Are you still showing it?
Oh, you have to look at the YouTube screen.
I got to go to YouTube. Let's do that. But then I got to mute it or something, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, baby bathtub.
So
that's big enough to wash your kids.
There's the production pan, and it's a great pan. I just do it towards me instead of when I tilt it, just keep it totally submerged, rock and roll, shake it, and start tilting, baby. And you could get it totally vertical, and this big here, lip here, just keeps all that pretty shiny. And then you could do your finish cleanup on things making my chroma key mess up. But it's worth it. See those gnarly riffles right there? They just take that down, eats through the black sands, and leaves you with some nice shiny. And like I said earlier, with the pocket claw, got claws all over. You can actually, if you don't have a snuffer bottle, you could pour your gold right into your vial, that corner right there.
We made sure every one of ours had that same corner on it, so you can do it. Even the biggest one, you can, if you forget your snuffer bottle, you can still pour it right into your vial.
I just love that aspect of it, because sometimes it's really hard to get your gold clean into your bottle. So when you can just dump it in there, I dry it in my pan. I separate my gold from the black sands, get rid of it, and I just leave the gold sit there for a day, and then it's dry, and I just put it right in my vial. Eliminate the snuffer bottle altogether. But that's at home.
Vicky asked if you
Vicky
did you put the
uses
safety
gold
edges on
claws.
it?
Put the what?
The safety edges on it?
The
What, on
safety
the
edges.
oh,
Man, the
on the
safety
Those
side?
safety edges.
The training wheels.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I think it sounds good.
Yeah, but it's not
Oh.
necessary.
If you use the pan right, and it's not that hard to do it right,
Right.
you don't need those. But I put them on anyway. Why?
Because you
everybody
were
keeps asking
asked.
for it. Yep, they are there. Yes, the original doesn't have them, but I thought about modifying the mold, but I don't want to mess it up in the process of putting them on. And you actually don't need them.
You don't need them.
You don't. But
If you're using that pan right, which means underwater, you don't need them.
where people tend to want them the most is after they've done the big side and you start trying to get the dirt back in the pan to go to the small side, they keep holding the pan flat instead of tilting it.
Oh, you
just give it a little tilt and then shake it. It all
then
falls right back in the
shake
pan.
It all goes in.
Right back in.
And usually if you have colors, you know, they'll be in this area, not way out here. And
Yep,
you
they'll be right in the middle.
submerge it and give her a little shake and they'll drop right back in. But
so that's where people want it the most. But
yeah, no matter how many times I show people that, you know, like at the painting demonstrations, I show people that they still don't get it, you know, they still don't, and you can see it's obvious, it just drops straight down, just like it got there.
Yeah, I'm starting to see more and more people get it right though, so that's really good.
Well, you know, for us who've been using the round pen forever, we have that muscle memory, and we'll want to use it like a traditional round pan.
Yeah, and a traditional round pan, it's symmetric all the way around, so you hold the pan flat, and you have those angled edges to get it to work back into the pan. And so when you hold the gold cloth flat, those edges up above are flat. You just got to know to give it a little angle, so when you shake it, the gold in the ridges falls back down inside the pan.
Yep.
So that's a little adjustment.
And, you know, like I say, the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. You know, so, yeah, it took me a while because I had to unlearn how to pan first.
Well, we are doing a thing, and that's why you invited me on your show. So do you mind if I mention what that is?
Be my guest. Be our guest.
So what we're doing, we're trying something. What we've discovered is there's a lot of people that once they try a gold claw, you basically can't go back. You love it. You still keep your old round pans because they make good catch pans, but you want a pan with a gold claw. But the ones who haven't dared try it yet, there's just a mental barrier to actually give it a try. And so we're doing, I don't know what to call it other than the Try the Claw campaign. That's what we're trying to do. Give it a try. And so we have 3 pans. We've got the big one, the production pan. We've got the middle-sized one, the original, also known as the prospector pan, because it's perfect for prospecting. And then we have the small one, the pocket pan. And all 3 of them work the same way. They're just different sizes. And the weirdest thing, to me at least, was that they all take the same amount of time to pan. It doesn't seem to matter how big I make the pan or small. It takes about 15 seconds. I'm about 12 seconds on the pocket pan, about 15 on the original, and about 18 on the production pan. And it holds hugely, so much more, but it still gets it done in the same amount of time. And so we want people who are on that edge to give it a try. And so what we've done is we've packaged the pocket pan with a kit that has pay dirt in it and a snuffer bottle and a vial for those who just want to give it a try for the first time. And that kit, the whole kit together has a pocket pan, which we normally sell for $15. It has pay dirt, which we normally sell for $10. It has a vial, which is a buck. It's got a snuffer bottle, which is about $8. And then we're also including in this thing shipping and handling, which for us is typically about $12 to both ship it and handle it so that it's out the door. So all that together is $46. And we're basically just getting it out the door at our cost. For $19.95, you can go get that whole kit and just try the pocket pan. It comes with the pay dirt, with the snuffer bottle, with the vial, with the pocket pan. That includes the shipping and handling. And we're at break even here. The goal is just get people over that mental hump to give it a try, because we're convinced once you try it, you'll love it so much you want to try the rest of the family.
Yeah, and
try the bigger one.
My link is up in the chat room now, pinned to the top. I believe there's 2 options on that page. 2 packages. The one you just talked about, and then the one for 11 something, where it's just the pocket claw and a bottle of pay dirt.
That doesn't make sense to me. I'm going to have Tyler look at it. There should just be the one that has the full kit with the pocket pan for $19.95.
That's a deal. That's a great deal, man. That sounds fantastic for anybody that was curious and has been wanting to give it a try and is just kind of ready to pull that trigger. That sounds unbeatable.
Yeah, we're just giving it a try to see if people will those people that are right on the fence, they just want to check it out. This is
they want to check it out, but they don't want to spend the money to do it.
And those who maybe already bought their bigger pans and haven't ever gotten a pocket pan, this is a good chance for them to just load up on that too.
Yeah.
What about people that give them away all the time?
Yeah, absolutely. Load up.
Load up, he says.
But we should have enough in stock to do that for a while.
Cool.
Anybody wants to try it. So we're not going to do this all summer. We don't think anyway. We'll see how it goes. But if people try it out and they start trying to get the bigger ones, then it's worth it to us, and we'll keep going. But the least we want to do is give a whole bunch of people a chance to just try it.
Well, it's like anything else. A lot of us are stuck in our ways, and you really have to convince them hard, or they have to convince themselves. And I think if you let them convince themselves, it works out better for you in the long run. Because like you said, here you're getting rid of this at your cost, right? In the hopes that they're gonna love it and buy the bigger ones. And absolutely, it'll happen.
I just tried your link, and it does show a picture of just the gold, but you're getting the whole kit. So I will update that, or I'll have Tyler do it real quick. Tyler's helping me out with this, my partner in crime on trying to get this all figured out.
Yeah, and
So,
Troy L. Johnson, a friend of mine, just went and said it, what we were talking about, how at one part it's 11 something. And if you go all the way down, Troy, you get more for that, the one package. He put it in shopping cart and it said $19.95. But you get everything Clint talked about. They're breaking even on that. It's more of a promotion, get it out into people's hands.
Yeah, we really think people are going to come back and get the other stuff, which will make it worth it to us. But at least the very minimum, people get a chance to try.
Right.
So for some reason, I clicked that link and it's only showing the pater, but it comes with the snuffer bottle and the vial. So we'll
If you scroll down farther in it, Clint, there's more to that. But sorry, everybody.
I'm not sure why it's doing that, because we thought we checked it out and it looked good. So,
well, I do my own web design and everything and all that stuff, and I can understand how things happen. So
yeah, it's that's first time you try something, there's always surprises. But guaranteed, anybody who orders it gets the whole kit, gets the vial, the snuffer bottle, the pay dirt, and the pocket pan all together.
Yeah.
All right, and we'll figure this out. We'll have
and they're good
within the hour.
snuffer
We'll
bottles too. A good snuffer bottle's a must, and so.
All right.
Where are you at now, Clint?
I'm in Utah right now, but in a couple days I'll be at the Grand Canyon.
Ooh,
My wife decided to take the family down there, and I might be bringing a gold pan or two with me.
Would you just say your wife decided to take the family? And she's taking you too?
She has never been, nor have the kids. And I went when I was younger, I went down and checked out the Grand Canyon. And she decided we're going to go do it this year. So that's awesome. 2 days.
Grand Canyon's beautiful. South Rim or North Rim?
We're going to go North Rim.
Still beautiful too. Two different worlds though on the North Rim to the South Rim.
Is that right? I think I've only been on the North Rim.
I've been to the South Rim.
Yeah, there's a question in chat, guys. I'm sorry. One more pan wants to know if you guys ship to Canada.
Yes, no problems. We'll ship it to Canada. Same $19.95. We'll even ship to Australians. Actually, that's not true. If it's outside the U.S., then they do pay shipping on top of it. But we do ship anywhere worldwide.
Still think that's a great deal. I still think that's a great way to get them to try it out, even if they have to pay for the shipping out of the U.S.
Yeah, that's the lowest. Well, it's down to our cost at this point, so it's the best we've ever offered. So we're just hoping a lot of people give it a try because that's our goal.
Right.
Well, it's a great pan. I know I love all of them.
Hey, I see somebody grabbed it. There's at least one out there. It just came up on my text. That's great. Somebody's jumping on it. It's probably Dano.
Dano's got a whole set.
I got a whole set.
That's right.
Yeah, Jesse does unless he's given them all away.
No, I still have a whole set.
I have
I
some
do
more
have
I
I
can
do
give
have a
away.
couple extra. I do have a couple extra pocket claws, but I think I got stuff in them. I think one's full of garnets.
It catches garnets real well.
Yeah.
Our friend Ohio Relic Hunter just spotted the deal. Thank you, Bill.
Awesome.
And Troy, I don't know if he went through with it, but he gave me a thumbs up in messaging, so he might have very well. I know he's listening to the show. So.
Hey, Troy. And Two Toes and Top Cat and
all you
other lurkers out there.
Now, if you're lurking and Klint decides to give away something, or we give away something, you're only in for the win if you chat in the chat room. So
on that, we probably should give something away.
Ask Klint if he's ever used chalkboard paint on one of his gold cloud pans.
Wouldn't do it.
Wouldn't do it.
No need. So in normal pans, you use swirling. The water actually moves the dirt out of your pan. It suspends the lighter particles and washes them out.
Okay,
when you
Klint,
do that, yeah.
Go ahead, explain that real quick. And we have trying to order it, but the shipping won't let me put in Canada. It's not an option, just United States.
So we probably should, you know what, that is a problem because we need to do US or not US so that they can, if we add a little bit of shipping to that. The problem is it's going through this new cartridge tool, and that doesn't know how to do shipping as well as our other tool. So yeah, we'll have to think through how to make that easier for you. They can do this though. If they go to the contact me page, I'll send them a link that they can do it, and we'll know they came from this show that way too.
Okay.
So if they go to goldcloud.com and the contact me and say I want one, and they're outside the US, I will send them a link where they can get it.
Is that where you respond?
Yeah.
Okay,
they just go in there and say, hey, I was on Ed's show and I want one.
So
okay, I'm gonna post a link.
So you don't check your private messages too often, do you?
No, I don't.
I noticed.
I do not go to Facebook. I go there as little as I can, and I know I should be better at it. But oh man, Facebook is like this rabbit hole. You start down it, and 3 hours later, you realize you're in it.
It's the devil.
It's definitely a time thief. So
it's so bad. And then I go in there and I see something from Ed, and I feel bad.
Well, I have your phone number. That's why I text you too. The link's in your messenger. I have trouble with Facebook too, Deed says. Yep. So does Liz and several. And Top Cat says, I'm not lurking. Laugh out loud.
I have days where
what's up, Top Cat?
Yeah, I'm excited to be on Facebook, and then sometimes I'll ignore Facebook for 2 weeks, even though I know I'm getting all those messages. I'm like, I just can't even get on it. I just can't even do it. So sometimes I'm on it, and sometimes I'm not.
2 weeks, man, that's a lot to come back to Facebook.
Yeah, it's a nightmare when you do it.
Avoid it. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't. We have to pay some attention.
No, it's a necessary evil. Just like the internet.
I look at it as a tool. I try not to get carried away with it, and I get kind of perturbed when people at work, when they should be working, and their phone should be in their car unless it's a company phone, or sitting there texting or scrolling Facebook or TikTok or whatever, and I'm working and they're scrolling. The Irish and German wants to just boil over in me.
It's a new modern dilemma because kids can't even imagine not having their phone with them.
All right.
I mean, I see people out there holding a go stop sign on construction, leaning against their pole on their phone, and I'm thinking,
Oh yeah.
there are cars on this road, and you're keeping them from hitting each other. Put that phone away. But
Right.
it's just our new culture, so I guess we're going to have to adapt to it.
Because
Well,
long breaks too.
it's not just the kids either. It's not just the young people. It's even the old people I see driving down the road, all casual, looking at their phone and driving. You know, not just the kids are doing it. Older people are doing it. What is so important that you can't put your phone down while you're driving?
I guess we slightly older people are safer, right? Because all we did as kids is ride in the back of pickup trucks, let our kids wander around by themselves. You know, no parental supervision.
Right.
Go to the mall, no worries.
Right.
We didn't do anything like this.
No.
Maybe their kids will pick on them, on them for their phone issues, but they'll come up with
Yeah, we grew up in a time when, you know, the law of the jungle was still the law.
Cheryl says contact is not working. I'm also from Canada. Well, he's here right now with us.
I saw a little message from Tyler. He's my guy that put that cartridge thing together. I thought it kind of flashed by. If I go look at it, my video will quit. But I thought him saying something like he's working on it right now. He might have a way to make it work in
Tyler's
Canada.
in the room right now. Hey, Tyler,
oh, yeah?
good to see you. And he just told Cheryl, I just fixed the shipping. You should be able to order. Thank you, Tyler.
Great. So go give that a try real quick while we've got Tyler handy. And let's see if that is working. Hey, Tyler, since you're out there, maybe you can update those pictures real quick to show the full kit.
One more pan just said it's fixed.
Yeah, and one more pan just became a member over at the website at flashingyourpan.com. Welcome. Thank you.
All right.
Oh, Amethyst.
Well,
sorry.
Maybe we should put out there a little bit of, we've talked about how we love them, but maybe we should explain a little bit the difference for those that are right on the fence.
Okay.
Between the traditional round and the gold class, because we saw that picture of the kind of gold that guy was getting in Australia, and he says he's just killing it, and he's out panning all of his buddies with round pans. But what's going on is that a traditional round pan, you swirl it, and then you dip it. And when you're dipping that pan in the water, as it rushes away, it picks up the grains of sand and suspends them in the water, and it flows out. And so your lighter materials on top are washing away.
Right.
And gold, what sets gold apart is its weight or its mass, but its weight, right? We won't get too engineering technical.
Yeah, keep it in layman terms for us people.
Basically, it's heavy, and that's what sets it apart. And so in theory, if the light stuff is being washed away by the water, the heavy stuff will stay sitting. And that's mostly true, but then you have something called surface area to volume ratio, which basically means really tiny pieces of gold will be suspended with the same amount of water flow as a larger piece of sand, of black sand. Or a flat piece of gold will be suspended just as easily. And so what it takes to get the black sand or the final sands to move away is the same amount of force that'll wash out your fine gold or your flat. Because it's not dependent on just gravity, it's also dependent on surface forces, the suspension forces in that water. And so what we did with the gold clot is we eliminated the suspension forces doing any separating. You still put it underwater because it helps break the surface tension down, which basically helps your gold separate from your sand easier. But it's not removing the gold at all. It's just letting it be separate. When you shake it, it gets everything in motion and it turns everything in there into a state of liquefaction, which simply means it's acting like a liquid, like a big jar of milk and cream. I grew up farm boy, and we used to milk cows, and you would milk the cow and then the cream would go to the top and you would pour the cream off. Well, that's essentially what we're doing now, because it no longer cares whether it's fine gold or flat gold. Most of those suspension forces are eliminated. It's now in that liquefied state, just letting the gold work its way down, and the light's up, and they just flow up and out like pouring the cream off your milk. And so now you are essentially just using its weight to separate. It's called displacement. It uses displacement to separate instead of suspension forces. So all that summed up, the gold clot uses shake and tilt. You shake it to get it in that liquid state and tilt to get the cream to pour off the top. And when you're done, you have the gold sitting in the bottom, and it's fast. What's funny about it is it's really fast. And if you think about it, it makes sense, because in a round pan, you swirl it and then you wash, and then you do it again, repeat over and over and over, 10, 20, 30 times, depending on how good you are at it. And every one of those cycles takes time. But the gold clot does the swirling motion, but without the washing, and it does it in one smooth cycle instead of 20 or 30 repeating cycles. And so in about 15 seconds, you can do one side of your pan. And so that gives you an option. Do you do both sides? Well, most people do, because that's what they see on the video. You do the big side, and now you have a tablespoon left. And so you put it back in your pan and do it again on the finishing side, and then you have just your gold. And that's 15 seconds per side, about 30 seconds once you get used to it. The speed panning is 15 seconds. All you do is you pan out your big side and then fill it up again. Then pan out your big side and fill it up again. And if you're worried about your gold working its way out, then you pan out the big side, dump it into a catch pan. Pan out the big side, dump it into a catch pan. You keep doing that till your catch pan has enough in it to fill your pan again. Then you pour it back in, and now you go out, do the big side, and then finish the whole thing out the back side. So now you're doing every pan in 15 seconds, and you've just doubled your speed, except for that last one where you're actually getting down to the gold. So man, I went on and on and on there. Did I lose everybody?
No,
I don't think so.
Yeah, I was picking up what you're putting down.
Now,
in layman's terms, a round pan uses water motion to remove the lighter material and keep your gold in the pan. The gold claw uses gravity to let all that light stuff just drop out as you're shaking it and keeping the gold submerged and underwater.
That's great. Round pan uses gravity and water.
Right.
Gold claw uses just gravity.
Right. That's why I say you got to keep it underwater the whole time.
Rusty
and that's
says,
probably the hardest part to learn too, is to keep that pan under water. When I first started, that was my biggest problem. That I noticed that I kept pulling the pan out, you know.
Yep.
But until you get that down, once you get that down, then it works great. Nikki, there are lots of videos out there. I have one that's that shows the claw actually exposing the gold while you're doing it. It's really cool. It's the one where I thanked Gold Claw and
excuse me.
The Paydirt company, Felix Paydirt. when I won that bag, I did a video using the gold claw. I emptied that whole bag in there and just pulled the gold right out. Boom. It was so cool to watch.
Now, Ohio Relic Hunter asked, does the claw need to be seasoned?
Hey, I just checked. That link is getting updated as we speak. It now shows the whole kit when you click the link. That's great.
Pardon me.
What was that you asked, Ed?
Our friend Bill, Ohio Relic Hunter, does the claw pan need to be seasoned?
Oh, that takes us back to the chalk idea. Let's go back and finish that idea. So the reason some people put black chalk on there is because gold, it has some stiction to it. It likes to hang out on that chalk surface. But that's only important because the water is trying to push that gold out. It's running across that gold, and so the chalk helps it stay put. That's why you season a pan for the same effect. Chalk's a chalky surface is a little better than just a scratched up seasoned surface. And all seasoning really means is eventually your pan's going to get all scratchy. So you season it. When it's over a season, it's going to get scratchy. And so you're causing the scratches to happen at the beginning of the season instead of by the end of the season. But the gold claw doesn't need that. It's not dependent on that washing motion, that washing suspension force. And so all you need are those ridges we've got down in there that's going to hold on to that gold. So you don't need to season it. You definitely don't need to add chalk to it. And you don't need to wash it even before you go use it. These are ready to go right out of the box. You can, if you want to season it, it's going to happen anyway. If you want to put chalk in there, I'm curious to see how it goes, but you do not need any of that.
I never did mine. They get naturally scratched up just using them.
Yep, and it's not dependent on the scratches anyway. So
Right.
you really don't need
Bill's talking more about seasoning it more for the releasing agent from manufacturing.
Yeah. Oh,
you really don't need it, Bill. I'll take my older claw out that's been used multiple of times and a brand new one out, and you're gonna get those release agents off quick enough. And I believe Klint uses all earth-friendly release agents, so it breaks down even quicker, and you lose that like fresh polished effect on your pan pretty quickly.
Yeah, so that release agent is basically an oil, and any oil that gets on a surface is going to increase the surface tension, which will make it want to float more. And so that's the other reason you wash your pan, is because if you're washing, every time that water washes across out the material, it goes across the surface of your dirt. And if there's a gold flake sitting there on the top, it could potentially actually form an air bead around that gold, especially if it's really flat or super fine. And it will lift that gold up and float it right on top. And if you have oil in there, it makes it worse. And so you wash your, let me just finish this idea and then we'll answer your question. So the oil makes your gold more likely to float, especially when you're washing in a round pan, having that water go in and out across that surface over and over. In a gold claw, you're underwater the entire time. The gold will never get a chance to see the surface of the water, unless you're Jesse or somebody who used to pull it up and out, right? But eventually you figure out that's not helping. It actually makes it worse. You got to leave it underwater.
Right.
And it protects the gold. It finishes faster. It's just, everything's coming together properly in a gold claw. That's what they're engineered. Now you had a question. Let's go to that question.
Well, is that why they recommend on the older pans, the round pans? Is that why they recommend to put a drop of soap in there when you're panning? And so you don't even think you
Reduce
need to
the
do
surface.
that with the gold claw.
You
That's
don't.
not necessary.
You
Huh?
do not. You do not. It's not necessary anymore. You can, I mean, it helps keep gold from floating. And if you're not careful, you could pop, like right at the very end of it, if you're playing around and trying to see your gold, there's a chance you could float a piece of gold. So you can still put a drop of in there, but if you use it the way it's meant to use, that gold is always protected under that water all the way until you're doing your last little bit at the end, and now it's in the pan, it can't escape anyway.
Okay.
The other mistake people make a lot that I see is they don't let enough black sand go. When they're done, they still have too much black sand in there.
Heck yeah.
If they would have a little more faith in the pan and just practice a little more so they get trust and understand it, you can get down to literally a skiff of black sand, just the tiniest bit. Now when you finish and get your gold out, it's quick. You can tap it right out. So there's a tip, and I talk about it on some of my how-to videos too. You can go watch those and see that part.
Well, I'm sold. I'm convinced. I'm a changed woman.
Excellent. Now,
No, Jess. I suggest no, Ed. I'm gonna be ordering as soon as we're done with the show tonight. I've been wanting to do it for a while, and we'll go ahead and place the order tonight. So.
You didn't try to gold claw at the Flash Bash?
Oh gosh, all I did was chit chat with people at the Flash Bash. That's it.
I hear
That is correct. Yeah, we did a little bit of rock hounding, and that was it.
you.
well, you're gonna love it. And there's
Oh yeah.
and for those that are getting it, I just want to point out there's 3 how-to videos on the YouTube site that you can go and watch. First one's very basic. That's really all you need, but there's 2 more now that just kind of take it from slightly different angles to help you work out some of the kinks if you have old muscle memory or if you're just using it for the first time. Great.
I think the first gold claw video I watched was from ToledoJess, actually. He had recommended it's the one where I think you call it thank you, probably thank you, Klint. Yeah, is what you're talking about. But that's the first gold claw video I got to watch was from ToledoJess. So, and even then I was like, okay, this definitely looks like something that I'd be happier with. You know what I don't like about traditional pans is that I work in an office all day. I get a lot of hand cramps. It's something I deal with, and traditional panning causes some of the worst hand cramps I've ever had. So I'm hoping that the gold claw might be able to help me with that, but we'll see. I'll let you know how it goes. Yeah.
No, let's talk about that. That's a good point.
Yeah, because that's one of the nice things about it. You don't really need to grip and hang on to your pan.
This
You can cradle it.
Yep.
So I've got my Super Sleuth, famous round pan, and it holds about 2 gallons worth of material roughly. And if that's full of heavy rocks and stuff, and it's also full of water, how much is that going to weigh? That thing is ridiculously heavy. And same thing with a gold claw. I don't know if Ed wants me to say his name, but one of our good friends up in Canada, his first time trying it out, he was lifting the whole production pan out of the water, and that thing holds 3 gallons plus water. You can imagine how heavy that would be. Yeah. But once you put that in the water, not only does the weight of the water disappear because it's now underwater, but the rock itself in your pan becomes buoyant. So you can lift those 3 gallons of prospector pan pay dirt way easier than working that Super Sleuth with only 2 gallons in it. The buoyancy really takes the work out of it. It's almost like you're just guiding it, even though it's 3 gallons. And that's part of why you can go through so much material, is you don't wear out nearly as fast, but you're going through so much. Yep. I mean, you might have seen my video where I go through a 5-gallon bucket, And many of us have done that in our lifetime. And some of us have done it for their last time because it was so freaking hard to get through your 5-gallon bucket. I mean, when I was back in my round pan days, I would spend easily 45 minutes on a 5-gallon bucket. And some people spend longer than that.
Right.
And in my video, I go through the whole 5-gallon bucket, and I'm really not rushing that bad. You know, I'm not trying to be slow, but I did the whole thing in 40 seconds. 5 gallons in 40 seconds. I mean, how much fatigue is that on my body compared to round panning that whole 5-gallon bucket for 45 minutes? You know what I mean? It's the buoyancy, the underwater panning takes the work out of it. And the stinking pans hold so much that you get it all done in very short amount of time. And so the other two smaller pans, a lot of people won't get the production. They'll just get the original because they have really frail wrists. Sometimes it's because you're older. Sometimes you have wrist conditions, and they'll just use that original pan because it is so light and easy to use, but it still goes through a lot of material. You can go through a 5-gallon bucket with that in about 7 to 8 minutes. It's still really fast. So it takes the work out of your hands. It takes the weight off. It's way more ergonomic than trying to lift that pan with one hand, and because you got to do one hand to shake it unless you get good at 2 hands, but then you can't quite shake it at the speed you need to really get that to work. And so, yeah, you wear your wrists out really quickly with a round pan.
Yeah, Nikki was saying she has a friend who has one hand, one arm, pans with a round pan with one hand. Wondering if he would be able to use that.
With one hand? Oh, yeah.
If he relearned his muscle memory, he could do it. Yeah, she says so he can pan with one hand.
With one hand, you can pan with a pocket pan without even thinking about it. And an original, it was actually designed to be one-handed.
Oh, it is.
It is. The Prospector's big enough that it's gonna it'll probably be kind of hard to use with one hand.
Right.
You have to fill it, you know, 1/3 the way full and stuff. So I wouldn't really recommend that one. But the original is designed to be done with one hand.
Oh.
So yeah, easily with the original.
I know with the original, I use one hand when I'm on the smaller side, you know, because that's a small, you know, a little bit smaller movements on that side. So I
agree. So, yeah, and that's what I recommend is use 2 hands on the original on the big side and then switch to one on the small. But some people just go one-handed on both sides with that one.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's great.
Yes, you know, I can see that, especially if you learned how to use it and you're used to using it and you know, you got the muscle memory, why not?
Yep. And if you just have one hand, I would recommend maybe not filling it up all the way.
Right.
Because that last half of the pan goes a lot easier than the first half. So it'd be better to do 2 half pans than 1 full pan if you're doing one-handed all day.
Well, I don't know. Maybe the dude's really got a strong one arm.
It's possible. Yeah, that may be true.
You do a production pan with one hand, you know. You never.
I've tried it. I've tried it one-handed, and it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
And that's without it being completely full.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dumping towards you is good. On all my most of my videos, I show it dumping away from me because that's usually where the river's a little deeper. But if you dump towards you, you can actually watch your work easier. And a lot of people, I know quite a few people that they prefer washing towards them so they can see everything happening. But
yeah, well, that's really funny because the video that Rose is talking about, I deliberately did it towards me so I could videotape it and talk at the same time. And when I did that, I realized, well, hell, this is easier. This way I can actually see everything that's going on. So yeah, so that's the way I do it. Now I do it towards me.
I'm to the point I can do it either way, blindfolded, and I know I'm going to catch all the gold. So you'll eventually get there when you.
Well, I haven't gotten that good at it yet.
I would never dare do it blindfolded with a round pen. Now I've seen people messing around and showing they can do it blindfolded with a round pen. Sure, you can, but there's a point at the end of that round panning where you got to be watching carefully. But with a gold claw, once you know your pan, you know right where the gold is the whole time, and you can very easily blindfold pan every pan if you had to, which there's no reason to but to show off. But it's just the pan is doing the work for you. You don't have to stare and watch it.
Yeah.
Unmute my mic. I had a coughing fit. Sorry, everybody. But I out for those out west in arid areas, the Mojave, Arizona, New Mexico, parts of Utah, most of Utah, but in arid desert country, if you dry pan also, the claw is so much easier to dry pan with than your traditional gold pan also. And I did a video on dry panning, and I've dry panned with my traditional too, and I'll never dry pan with anything other than a gold claw again.
Guys, what in the world is dry panning?
Panning for gold without water, sis.
So just the same motions?
It's a little different.
Actually. Now, in a round pan, it's a little different. In a gold claw, it's surprisingly the same.
Yeah. I just stratify a little more with the gold claw.
Yes. You spend more time, you do more resets. So think of it this way. You're in Nevada or Arizona. No, not a whole lot of water out there.
Right.
And the fans that you're playing with are very dry. And if you're slightly damp, it cakes up. You can make a mud ball out of it, right? But if it's super dry, it just runs between your fingers and away. Now it's acting more like a liquid. So you can actually treat it somewhat the same once it's perfectly dry. But the gold does get dragged more by the black sands and by the dirt dry than it does wet. That's why we like to do it wet. And because of that, you'll maybe run a fourth of the dirt out of your pan by shaking and tilting, and then you'll shake it all back in. So that way, if there's a piece of gold starting to drag into those ribs, those safety ribs, you can get that back in your pan. And then you do it go to half the pan, reset it, pull them back in, and then go to 3/4 of the pan and reset it again, and then go down to the end of it, reset, put it back in and go to the other side and do several resets on that end as well. You do more resets, but it's essentially the same shaking motion.
And here's another good point, Clint, that our friend from Australia asked, Terry Marshall, so can you use it scuba diving underwater? Absolutely. You could sit at the bottom of your dredge hole if you were allowed to dredge down under, and do samplings right in your dredge hole. You could take it scuba diving with you and use it. It's made to be totally submerged.
Has anybody here tried that?
I have not yet, but if I used a hookah still as much as I used to, Clint, I definitely would. But I actually believe Dennis Dayton has.
I have heard him saying that he has. If I remember it right, I think I've heard him saying that he's actually been doing that.
Right.
And that's kind of the cool feature is that because it's designed to work underwater, you can literally be at the bottom of it as deep as you want to be and be panning and checking. You don't have to come up to the surface to do a quick sample.
And I think I've seen a video of somebody actually doing that. Well, they weren't doing a video for Gold Claw, about the Gold Claw, but they were dredging and they had a Gold Claw with them and they showed them doing it underwater, checking to make sure they were still on the gold. You know, I don't
Cool.
remember who I saw who did that video.
Now I want to go find that. That sounds cool.
Me too. Underwater Gold Claw. I have to check it out. I remember seeing it.
It opens new doors that haven't been opened before.
So here's a
So one of the
question.
coolest
Here's
things.
go ahead, Jess.
Go ahead, Rose.
So here's a question for the chat room, guys. What are we waiting for? Why haven't we pulled the trigger yet? If you guys are thinking about it, I say we do it right after the show.
Hell, if you have more than one monitor or more than one tab open, you could even do it during the show.
Right this second. We got great deals going on. It seems incredibly user friendly. If you guys have been thinking about it, let's just head on over there and find out for ourselves.
Well, when things are new, you know, it's a big decision to make, and that's why we're doing this Try the Claw campaign, is because we're trying to make that decision a no-brainer for people. Just give it a try.
The thing that really excites me when I'm using the claw is that first row right near the bottom of the pan when you start shaking, when that first tiny little row fills up with gold and you got a straight line of gold all the way across it. It's all tiny stuff, you know, and it just looks so cool back there by itself, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, you're talking about the drag lines on the original, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm right with you on that. That is really satisfying to see how the supermost fine gold is caught on the very first of those ridges.
Yeah.
You would expect it to be moving the most towards the end of the pan and getting out, but it's like a magnet. It just holds on to that super fine gold.
And what's really cool is every time you reset, like when you're down to the finest part, the finished part, and you reset, go back over it again, the line gets bigger. You know, you get more gold in there, you get more gold in there. And it's really cool because that line back there typically is like 99% pure gold without any black sands in it at all. And that's where I get it from. Get that.
I've seen some of your pictures. They're really good.
That's exciting to me.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And that's one of the misunderstandings is people, they're used to the round pans. And with a round pan, you do really big, sloshy shaking. With a gold claw, you shrink your shaking motion down. You want short but fast shaking. You want to get, and what that does technically is that it helps you get into that state of liquefaction without so much turbulence in it that it starts rolling the big rocks and stuff around and kicking gold up. So really short shaking allows heavy things to drop down through to the bottom, which will be your gold. Really wide shaking motions actually make big things go on top of small things. So notice whenever you start, you do a few big shakes at the beginning, so your big rocks go right to the top. So you don't want to be big shaking it at the end because it'll make your big nuggets of gold float on top of your black sand.
Right.
So short shaking motions is one of the secrets. It's the ninja secret to the gold claw is short, tiny shaking motions, and then everything drops right down.
Chinese secret.
I don't know how many other people are going to get the training that I got from Klint, because I would talk to Klint. Hey, Klint, he said, "Well, you got to slow it down. You got to do this, got to do that." And, you know, after a while, you know, I love my gold claw. I mean, I always keep one handy. I give most of them away, but I keep one.
So I gotta confess, this pocket pan it just makes my heart skip a beat every time I think about it, because I almost did not make this. And I'm going to give Dennis Dayton and Ed some credit for why this pan even exists, because they were both saying, can we have a pocket-sized pan? And I remember thinking, no, I don't make toys.
Oh.
I'm not making a toy pan to hang on someone's keychain. But they just kept saying, no, we just want a small one we can put in our pocket. And so I got so much feedback from YouTube and from your people that I'm like, there's enough interest. I guess I'll do it. And I am so glad I did. It has honestly become one of my favorite pans because I can take it anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I put it in my laptop bag, and I have panned gold in Italy, in France. Don't tell them they'll want their gold back.
Yeah.
In Canada, in Mexico, in all over the US. That pen has gone all over with me simply because it's so convenient to take with me. Now it's not a slouch, it's 8 inches across, but it literally fits in your pocket and it goes down in your bag like there's nothing in there. My stuff nests right in it, and security has never asked me about it. I love that I can always have that gold claw pocket pan with me. And then when I find something, I take my other ones back and rake it in.
Right. Well, I want to respond to Terry Marshall earlier. Says the pocket pan be good for kids. Yeah, it is, but really, it's good for the serious prospector too. The guy
Actually, all the kids I've seen use it at gold shows and stuff when we're panning in the panning booth, Jesse, they pick up on it like quick.
They don't have to relearn how to pan.
Right.
But what I'm saying is it's not a toy made for kids, although it's good size for kids. It's actually a real tool that if you're serious and you're going down the road and you see a spot and you're the kind of person that wants to jump down there and check it out, you got that pan in your pocket, you can go check it out. And it's strong enough that you can scoop up with it too. Oh
yeah, it's made of Triton. They're all made out of Triton, but even the pocket pan is made of Triton. That's part of why they cost a little more, is because this is not your Chinese-made plastic pan. This is Triton material, which is known for being the most rugged outdoor material there is. They make blenders out of this material. It's
but
incredibly
don't let
rugged.
a heavy car drive over it.
I've had people do it successfully, and then some people try it and smash it flat. It is not designed for that.
Oh, I know.
But it is super rugged material. And when I find people that haven't driven their car over it, but they somehow broke it, I usually just replace it without questions asked, because, if it's meant to be abused and it's meant to survive the abuse. So we take care of our customers.
If it takes a car to break it, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and we've had people successfully do it. And even Ken Snyder, if you remember, he spent a lot of time with me. I love that guy.
Yeah, Ken's a great guy.
He successfully did it too, and then he wanted me to do it at a big show, and I'm like, it's not made for that.
Well, if you remember that time, you were actually live on air at Gold Rush Days several years ago. And Jesse and I had a gold pan booth, or a booth where we had selling exclusively your pans and dream mats. 2 newer products, great products, and we were showing them and selling them. And my friend came up. I did it with my truck, no problem. I'm like, this pan's so great. I'm standing on it. I'm jumping on it. Here, run it over. And I put it under his front wheel and up on it, and he stops and snap. And you're right. I think they could hear it.
It was my baby had just been smashed by a truck. I was gasping. What are
it,
you doing?
yeah.
So I guess we can say you can almost run over it with a truck. But
Well, my truck did it, but it was the back wheel, not the front with the front wheel drive and my bad.
They're still made out of an incredibly durable material. I remember
yeah.
Ken. You remember Ken? He was a big guy. He would jump on that thing to show it off, and then we took a competing pan, a round pan, and he just put his toe on it, and boom, it was already caving in.
Right.
Just his toe. Triton is an amazing material. That's what we make them out of. The normal plastic has a sun an anti-sun resistive substance put in it.
UV
sun resistant, UV resistant substance, but it leaches out after a couple of years and they crack up anyway. Triton is naturally sun resistant. There's no additive, and it just goes and goes and goes without getting brittle and cracking. It's really an amazing material. That's why we use it. We spend a lot more on it, but it's meant to be a lifetime pan, not a 1 to 2 year pan, and then you throw it away and get another one.
Not throwing mine away.
Yeah. And Bill, yes, it fits very well in your backpacks, where a lot of backpacks fitting a traditional pan in, especially a larger one, is about impossible. You have to end up handing it from a carabiner or something.
Yeah, Gold Claw fits right in your backpack. Pretty easy. You can fill it up with stuff.
The original does too. It'll fit in your backpack.
Oh yeah, no problem.
The production pan.
How is
put
it in ice
Put a
water?
carabiner on it and hang your backpack from it.
It's a protective skeleton.
How is it
bigger.
in ice water?
Wear gloves.
Wear
Other than that, it's great. It doesn't care if it's cold.
And it works really good if you forget your shovel too.
Yeah, we actually designed that front edge to replace a shovel for hands and pans people. It acts like a number 2 shovel. You can dig with it. It can handle it.
Here's how good this Gold Claw is. At the gold shows, they limit the number of Gold Claws in the
Yeah.
I have funny stories about that.
Kevin,
I've had
taking them from us. He
Kevin
said,
Hoagland come in and take out a bunch of Gold Claws out of the panning truck. These fans are getting too much of the gold.
Oh, I get it.
Now I didn't know Kevin was also sneaking them out of there. That explains a lot.
Well, we worked in the panning booth as instructors, Clint, as you know. And so we see them come in and pick them out.
that sharp side scoops that gold right out of them troughs.
It
Unlike
does.
a lit pan, man. You take that backside and shoot, and it's just full.
It's over there. Here's how you do it.
Look at that. 10 tablespoons right there. Kevin Hoagland's having a heart attack. A round pan has that big lip on it, big rounded lip.
Right.
And if you're down on bedrock and trying to get that into your pan, you're losing your gold because it's not going to get over that lip. And so we made that lip somewhat sharp, not sharp enough that it'll cut you, but sharp enough that you can get that last little bit of gold off that bedrock.
Oh yeah, it works really
it's like
good
a dustpan.
as a substitute dustpan when you're high and dry on bedrock, cleaning it.
But that's why we did that. I mean, it was designed by somebody who prospects,
right?
Not by somebody who's working for somebody who prospects.
Well, the shape of it. If you're working cracks and crevices on bedrock and stuff, one of the biggest problems is when you're scraping a crack out, trying to get it into something, And with the round pan, you can't get into them tight corners and stuff. But that Gold Claw's got that square edges, square corners on it. You can scoot it right in there and just brush all your material to the pan. I love that pan. I'm telling you.
There's a little things I rarely ever bring up, but you know, I just really made it for the whole experience of taking it to the site, using it at the site, cleaning up after, you know, and having it survive the years. So it's really designed with a lot of thought put into it.
Yes, and that production pan is big enough to use as an umbrella if you get a downpour on you.
I haven't done that one yet, but that's really funny.
Big enough.
You sound like you might have tried it before.
No,
David
I'm
Villa.
just assuming because of the size of it. David Villa asked you to use it like an umbrella, and I'm going, yeah, sure, why not? It's big
Should
enough.
I put a chin strap on it?
There you go.
The other two go in the backpack. This one, chin strap.
Yeah, this one I wear.
Definitely shade.
That's
David's thinking ahead. There you go, David. You never know when those heavy rainstorms come. Soul,
The Rusty's
umbrella, hat,
wimpy round pan.
shovel, you name it.
Yeah, that's a good one. The what's it made of?
Willie won't stop a bullet, but maybe it'll stop slow speed shrapnel in a war zone. That too.
Maybe
Yeah,
we could
that's
use it
pretty
as a
tough
life
stuff.
preserver in flood zones.
Oh, like a little boat, the
Yeah.
ark, jump
Or
in
at
it.
least use it to hold air as you're floating down the river.
Oh, that'll work.
Oh
We've
my
done that
goodness.
before.
All around pan.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
I definitely, you know, Clint, we've been with you since you started. Well, well, when you first came onto GPS, introducing your product, you know, we jumped on it because, hey, you had that great deal. We want to try it. And like we told you then, we're into new products. So we're always wanting to try. And yeah, I'm glad we hooked up with you, and it's a great pan.
They
I
really
just
do
love it.
send a
Well,
lot of love your way, man. They send a lot of love your way.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I feel it too. There's you know, we're genuine about this pan. We're not just somebody out there trying to create a quick buck and, you know, say anything about the pan just to get it to sell. We genuinely have made an amazing pan and we're proud of it. And when people discover that they can really do the things we say they can, you know, and you got to get past your muscle memory. If you've been panning forever, it's real. You're going to use it like a round pan. And if you try and do that, you will not like it. It will kick the gold out.
Right.
So you gotta stop doing circles and you gotta go to side lines, right? Side to side shaking. But we get a lot of love back from our customers, and I probably should put it out there more so that people can just see all the amazing things people are saying.
Absolutely.
People love they love their gold cloths.
Well, your Facebook, your Gold Club page on Facebook is still going pretty strong.
It is. I need to give it more love. I need to get out there more.
Yeah, you should. Don't see you on there very often.
Yep, I need to get out there. That's my hang up with Facebook. You know, I gotta at least love my Gold Claw Insider crowd.
Well, just remember this. Well, they already know everything about you. So anything, I mean, you know, they already know everything, right? They're listening to you and watching you.
I hope not.
Well, they are. just know they are, okay? So just don't give them any more than what they already have. Just go on Facebook and do your Gold Claw thing and then leave it at that.
Well,
The other stuff.
Does your website have testimonials?
The website does it. Not really. We actually put some on this campaign. If you look down, we grabbed some of our Amazon reviews and put on there.
Yeah.
But my goodness, I have some really neat stories I probably should share of people that some of them will write a whole book about their experience.
And people want to see that. They want to see the reviews. They're going to look at the reviews when they're thinking about buying the product.
Yeah, I probably need to do better at sharing some of their stories. I mean, I had this lady come on and she was so proud of herself. She went in, she got her gold claw and surrounded by a bunch of round pan people and they were at this, what do you call it, a club, it's a place where beginners come and check it out, and they had a whole group of people there and they all had the round pans and they were learning how to do it, and it was kind of black, nasty black sand, and there was a lot of clay in it, which a lot of people think that it can't handle the clay and the black sand, but she was whipping everybody's tail with this thing. I mean, she was pulling the gold out and they were all just pulling empty pans out over and over because they were fighting the clay. And she just went on and on telling me about her story, how proud she was of it, and the owner there was just kind of looking at it like, what the heck is that thing? Where'd this come from? So there's a lot of fun stories like that.
Who is your website guy? Is he still here? Let's get him on it. Let's get some testimonials on that website.
Yeah, Tyler, he's probably still there. He's what a great guy.
I haven't seen him for a minute.
He's probably busy.
He might, busy. He's probably working hard fixing things. I noticed on the link.
Sorry, Tyler.
That you could, if you're in Canada or Australia, you can now buy it. He fixed that.
Yeah,
okay,
so I think
Canada, Australia, and now you can get it.
Yeah.
And he put hardly any shipping on there, so he's gonna drain me broke. But grab it while you can. I'll probably provide it.
You've been saying that about all of us for a while now.
Yeah, if you're not in the U.S., he's only charging $10 additional shipping.
Nice.
Which
there you go, Nikki.
Wow.
Which is really good deal for shipping to those countries. So.
Yeah, it just cost me $21, I think, to send a book to Ontario, Canada. Jeez.
Yeah, so if you want to hurry and grab it,
cost me $2.95 to send it somewhere else in the States.
I'm blown away with the shipping between here and Canada. There's no reason for that. And it should be like shipping to the States.
You gotta pay the customs officials.
Yep, it's ridiculously expensive. I feel so bad when people in Canada are trying to order it. Australia, I get, right? At least there's an ocean between us and them,
right?
Like half a world.
You don't have a distributor in Canada either?
I had one or two that showed some interest, but they haven't done anything with it.
No.
So there's an open door there for somebody. But I'm going to say this: I'm going to leave this $10 shipping for tonight, or at least for an hour or two. And I'll probably have him bump that up a little bit for this, but I'm happy to let that be it for your people on your show tonight. Any out of the USA people.
All right, guys, we'll get it while it's good. Yeah, I got to get on it soon.
I do see that picture still needs updating on the final. If you're out there, Tyler, there's still one more picture of just a pay dirt, but at least up above now you can see the whole kit. So that's good.
Tyler he did respond in chat after we were talking about testimonials. Say, I'm working on it. So I'm working on it.
It's done.
He's working his brains out. He's working.
It's done.
It's not easy work, guys. Working on websites is tough. It is tough and complicated. So we got to give Tyler some love.
Yeah, definitely.
Tyler's good at it too.
Everyone give Tyler a nice flashing your pan pat on the back.
Yeah. Please. Now, the other thing to pat him on the back is he did add these Amazon reviews in there, which is great.
Perfect.
So there are a few in there you can go read.
You need to hire this guy, Ed.
I know
he's running the ball, man. He's getting it done.
I don't think I could afford to hire anybody.
Wait, did you say I was getting a check?
The Vixens can pay in scrap metal.
There you go. Your load of scrap metal's on its way, Jesse.
Oh, joy.
Well, we ended up not opening up the phone lines for any of you. We've had our great friend on the whole night.
Sorry,
Oh,
guys.
wow. It's past 10 o'clock already. Geez, I didn't even realize that.
So
Yeah.
interested though. I mean, I learned so much tonight. So
I tell
you
you
guys
what,
don't
Rose,
mind. Yeah.
because you're just starting off with painting and stuff. You've only, I mean, you've only been doing a little bit. And
Yeah.
you have some muscle memory already. Once you start using this thing, it's gonna you're just gonna have to start all over again. But it's so easy.
I really feel like I want, so with the uncomfortness, with the pain that I feel with panning, I think it's going to be very easy to
Well,
unlearn everything.
Right, like I said earlier too, with a round pan, you literally got to grip it and hold it. With these gold claws, you pretty much just cradle it in your hand and do that motion. You're not gripping. I mean, you are holding on to it, but you're not gripping it like a round pan.
Cradling it like
Right.
like Klint was saying earlier.
This motion right here, these two fingers right here, those cramp up. I don't know if you guys get it or not, but from somebody who types on a keyboard all day long, these muscles, they just seize right up and it hurts. It's uncomfortable. So I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
That's lifting all that gravel and the water with it. Yep.
And then the motion, like you said, getting rid of the black sands, getting rid of the black sands, getting rid of the black sands. It's so repetitive. It's really painful.
Once you get the hang of this pan, you're gonna love it. It's so easy to use.
In a way, you have an advantage because you're not going to have a lot of muscle memory built up yet.
I don't really feel like I do. I mean, I've done I've done some living room panning. That's about it. And I would say it's very mild. I would say that now's the time to untrain myself because I'm not that trained.
Yeah, you'll go right to it. That was one of the surprises is when I first made it, I went out to this mining club here in Utah, and sorry, my picture's frozen. My battery died on my camera. I'm trying to wake it back up.
It's okay. They can still hear you, Klint.
Yeah, good. So I went out there going, me the pro, brand new pan, taking it out to pros. Here we go. And they were all doing their muscle memory thing, and I kept shaking my head, saying, no, not circles, side to side. And the 6-year-old daughter of the president just said, hey, can I try that? And I kind of, rolled my eyes and sure, you're cute. We'll let you give it a try. And she panned it perfectly in under 30 seconds. And I'm thinking, well, there you go. It's the daughter of the Gold Club president. And I was driving home and I'm thinking, or was it more than that? And so I got my neighbors to come over. One was 7 years old, and I put their videos literally from just videotaping them. I put them on the YouTube channel. You can watch them. One was 7, one was 9, and there's another day I had their mom came out and the brother came out and the grandma. There's one video with the whole family out there. But what blew me away was the 7 and the 9-year-old had the exact same experience as that 6-year-old did, and that taught me that if you don't have that muscle memory, it's almost beginners take to it like a duck to water. It's just side to side shaking. It just kind of makes sense. You shake it and pour out the top, and when you're done, you have gold in the bottom. So I didn't intend to make it really great for beginners, but it's like transformational for beginners because they don't have to take years of learning how to do that pan just right to keep your gold safe at the bottom. And by the time you get there, you've got all this muscle memory that's helping you get it just right. They just shake and tilt and look at their gold and look up like, that was easy. What'd you expect? They don't appreciate how monumentous it is that they have gold sitting in their pan when they're done.
Right. That's the other thing too. When you're like with us, when we're in the painting booth at the gold shows, we tell everybody when they're using the round pan, look, we're going to show you the basics, but you need to pick up your own technique when you're using a round pan. With the gold claw, there is no different technique. This is the way you use it, and this is the way it works.
You shake and tilt.
Yeah, and you don't have to figure out your own technique or the way you do it. You do it the way it's designed, and it works great.
And to be fair, some people do insist on their own technique.
Sure.
But you're right. I mean, it has a way that it just works, and it works really well. And if you just watch the video and try it out, you're going to get it.
Yep.
Our friend up in Canada, I got to go visit him in person to help him get over his techniques. He's so funny because the first time he keeps lifting it out of the water, and the second time he did better. He did much better. He left it underwater and he was shaking, but this time he filled it full of concentrates. And I keep saying it's under a minute for river rock because it doesn't have nearly as much black sand. And so he still runs it at the same speed as river rock, saying, he says 1 minute, here we go. And it's concentrates. It's like, didn't you watch my video where I said, slow it down and do resets for concentrates, you know? But we'll get him. We'll reel him in. He's good people.
It takes a while. Look, it took me a while, and I tried a little bit, get frustrated, put it down.
And a box of cons from Ray Rusa from Anchorage, Alaska.
Yeah, but it took me a day, a whole day of trying to demonstrate how to use this pan, and I actually picked it up, figured it out, and it's been great ever since. It's been just, that's the pan I use.
Yes, Thomas, folks, that's Klint.
Yes, it's Klint. Whenever you go to our contact page and email us, you get a Klint back. I usually answer all of those myself. So we do want to give one away, right?
Oh, yeah, sure. I have my Nightbot just itching to pick somebody.
All right, so what we're going to give away is one of these rare swirl ones.
Okay, gonna get tie-dyed swirled cloths.
Yeah,
they look really cool.
Those are so rare, the Flash crew doesn't even have one.
Let's give a production pan that's swirled, and let's give an original that's swirled.
Okay, two different or?
Yeah, two different winners.
All right. Okay, I'll give you all 1 minute, and then I'm going to be typing in for the winner. It's drawn by Nightbot. All you have to do is be active in the chat room. So...
And what does active mean? Like typing, or
they
you're
have
watching
to be
it?
No, they have to be typing in the chat room to be active and to be counted as a participant in chat. So there's the timer. You got 1 minute. And then we'll do 2 giveaways. What did he say it was for again?
All right, so the first one, let's do the original.
Okay.
You know, I'm feeling kind of generous. Let's do one of all three. Let's make the first one a swirly pocket pan.
Okay.
And then we'll, right on its heels, let's do a swirled original.
I don't have a swirled original, but you'll see the pans. There's the original, the Prospector.
So imagine that with a cool little swirl to it. And then we'll do one swirled production pan, the big prize at the end.
And then, all right.
Swirlies for everyone.
Don't say that, Jesse.
Well, I was just commenting on Bill March there. The winner is.
Hey, Barb.
Oh, look at that. Cheryl and me.
All right. So for me to get it to them, if you could get me their shipping address and their email. So
Now, I
can-
believe Cheryl's in Canada, Clint.
That's okay. I'm all right with that.
Okay, if you could email me your address, Cheryl, to flashinyourpan@gmail.com, I'll get that to Clint, and he'll take care of that for you.
This means I'm going to have to go look in Facebook to find it, aren't I?
Uh-huh.
Ew. I have to remember to get in there and do that.
And that's for the pocket.
That was a pocket sluice or a
That
pocket
was
pan?
the pocket claw. Yeah.
Pocket claw.
Pocket claw for a multicolor. And what that is when they change the color of the claw in production, the intermediate, the ones in the change of color, they end up getting a swirl pattern from the previous color and the new color. That's right, Clint?
That's right.
Okay.
I can show you some examples of that. Let's see. So I'm going to flip my camera around and show you what some of them have looked like in the past.
Okay, I'll
So
pin
I don't know
you
if you
up.
can see these or not, but there's one. See how they have kind of a swirl look to some of them?
Fancy.
Some of these look really cool. I don't know if you can see those or not. But
Yeah, some blue, and I believe
there's just an example of what some
one
of them
of
could
my
look like.
clear ones. See, okay, you can't see it on the clear one, but it's blue. It has a blue tint to it.
Like a black and gold right there.
Oh yeah, it does have
black and blue.
Black
I like
and blue. Oh, that one's cool.
Yeah, that one is neat.
Yeah, some of those turn out really neat.
Oh, that one's really cool. The black
yeah.
and blue that way.
Clint, are you able? Our winner just bought one, and she wants to know if you can send that in her order.
Oh yeah, I'll combine them. Yep.
There you
I'll
go.
double check for that. Good.
Yeah, that's Cheryl Ami.
Cheryl Ami. Cheryl Ami.
Cheryl Ami.
All right. If you can get me her shipping,
That one. Smoky.
I guess I can look that up if it's in there. Yeah, some of these turned out really neat.
That'll save you some shipping costs there.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. All right. So there's some looks at some of them.
Yeah.
She says she just bought one under the name Cheryl Trotter.
All right. I will do that. That's great. I appreciate her helping me figure that out. So I'm going to look right now and say add a swirl pocket pan.
What's going on, King Prospector? Better late than never, man.
All right. Did you do the production pan yet?
I haven't even got to the prospector one yet.
We're so
Well, let's do the prospector last. Let's do the production or the production or the original first.
Okay, I'll do the original. That's the prospector, right? The original's prospector, then the production pan.
Yes.
And
yes.
you'll get a swirled one like he was showing this one. This one happens to be the black one. I don't have the purple one. That's in my shed. But all right.
All right.
Gotta be active to do it, and I'm not giving no more minutes.
Cheryl has been set up. She will get both now.
There you go, Cheryl.
And the
So
winner
don't worry
is-
about emailing me your
Oh
address.
no, not that Thomas Folks guy.
The Lucky Ducky Thomas, folks.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
What's up with that?
Congratulations.
Very good, Thomas.
Said,
I have his address. I can send you, Clint.
All right. Thomas who?
Thomas Folks. We lovingly call our good friend Lucky Ducky Thomas Folks.
I'm gonna just see if I happen to have him.
You probably
I
do.
don't. I probably do, but I'm not seeing it unless I'm probably spelling it wrong.
Nobody you know, Tom.
Fowlkes.
Thomas is Thomas.
I have a lot of those. Let's try the other one. F. What was it?
Fowlkes.
I think I've got him.
He did say earlier how much he loved Gold Claw, so
Yeah, and I believe he won one before on
GPS.
Jack and Lisa's show, and probably GPS too.
Is he in Indianapolis?
Yes.
All right. I think I found him.
All right. Well, then I don't need to send you his address, but if you do end up needing it, I have one. And I know King Prospector's going, man, his better half loves Herd Claw. So now,
He doesn't get to use it.
next we're going to be doing one for the production claw.
Oh,
The
yeah.
bulldozer. You could take a bath in that. I could probably.
Dennis Dayton's grandson did.
Yep.
Aw.
Angela
It was
probably
cute.
could.
Yeah, right. She fit right in there.
All right.
Yeah, you could have K if the cat would stay in there. And the winner is, let's see. Digging with
Yes.
D.
Woo! That's
Digging
perfect.
with D.
Yeah. Boom.
Oh, there's another lucky ducky there, man. She's winning all kinds of stuff.
There you go, Deej. That's perfect. She's just getting into it. That's gonna be perfect.
All right.
I
I'm
have
almost
her
done with this one.
address. Clint, I can send you that over. I believe I have it. I just mailed her a book, so I should have it. I usually don't keep addresses when I don't have permission, but I might still have it close enough where I could get it to you.
All right. So I just finished getting that one set up. So the first two are all set. They will go out tomorrow. So let me try and just see if I have her in here for some reason.
Thomas wants you to sign his pan, Clint.
That's awesome.
It's for display, he says.
Oh,
I have a sign.
I can sign. Should I sign all three or just if they request? Some of them might want to actually use them.
Yeah, I think Deej will probably want to use hers,
I
and
think
Right.
Cheryl will want to use hers too.
All right. If you want me to sign it, just say so and I'll do it. So the one who wanted me to sign it was the
Thomas
original.
Folks. Yeah.
Yes, Thomas
Okay.
Folks.
All right, and now this last one, what was her name again? Let's see if I've got her last name. What was her name?
you'll have to send it to her.
Okay, You can just send me her info.
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now. If I could find her instant message.
Yeah, Ed will tell you later, she says.
All right, when you get that to me, I will send this out, which is pretty cool. She got the big one
Yep. Ooh, she got the big one.
in swirl. And so far, only Thomas has requested a signing, right? The rest want to use them, actually.
Yeah.
Her name is Deej, David.
Oh, maybe it's so far back in Messenger.
Yeah, so I'm getting ready to head to Montana here next week, Clint.
Oh, yeah?
Going to the grand opening of the Dream Match shop.
That's pretty cool.
Well, I gotta work. It's work.
Oh, Jess, you're gonna have fun talking.
Fun
Come
with
on
it.
now.
Montana has gold.
Yes, I'm going prospecting Sunday.
Excellent. Good. Hey, I've done some prospecting up there. There is definitely good gold in Montana.
Does New Mexico have gold?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
it does.
Okay.
Arizona has gold. Just draw a circle around Utah, and everything on the outside of that circle has gold.
Well,
Yeah,
I was
according
told
to it here,
by
yes.
Mr. Lodak that Utah doesn't have gold.
It has gold, but it's so low grade that it's kind of discouraging to chase it. But there are places where it shows up a little bit. If you go starting to go south, and if you go south and get away from the center, both sides, like the Delta side, you can actually find really good gold, and down closer to Arizona as well.
I bet you Mr. Lodak's in the chat room going, shh, shh, shh.
NGIU. No gold in Utah.
Utah. So they say, so they say. They say that so much I want to go there and see it
I
for
know.
myself.
Especially when I first started checking out Jaron, his prospecting method was just weird, but cool. But cool.
We want you to waste your time coming and trying to find our gold. There's more of your gold for us.
Yeah, that's why Clint travels all over the country.
I've found some pretty good gold here and there.
You haven't been to Ohio to prospect yet, have you?
I got over there and hung out with Dennis Dayton a little bit, but didn't get enough time to actually prospect.
I think you were hanging out in Indiana when you
It
went
was Indiana.
to Hookmeister's prospecting with Dennis and the Wandering Buffaloes, I believe it was.
Yeah. That was a gold show out there. Just ran to the gold show and ran home. Didn't get to go out and play.
Was that where you left us in charge? Where you started to?
Oh, that's
and
right.
Came back, yeah.
I gotta go. Somebody watch my booth.
You guys were awesome.
We had it handled for you, but
And I'll tell you what, that was a lot of fun. You know, doing that, talking to those people too about it.
Yeah, I felt like it was.
And then going over to the trop and showing people, literally letting them pan. That was yeah.
Yeah, I ran to get on my flight. I dropped Ken off. He had to go for sure. And then I was just feeling bad. I'm like, letting the GPA down. So I went back and.
Yeah, we had you covered. We had you.
Yeah, you would have done just fine. But
yeah, we were doing good. We were surprised you came back. But that's all right.
I had totally forgotten about that.
Oh, and I just heard today, as a matter of fact, the gold shows, golden gem shows for GPA are back on for next year.
yay!
Good.
Yes.
I just messaged you digging with Deej's mailing address, Clint.
There it is. Got it.
Excellent. got a lot of windows up this show. Glad I have 3 monitors.
Yeah, I just saw today where the GPA is starting to schedule shows again for next year, so that's good. So
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back in on those
see you
shows.
again. That's the only time we see you is during the shows.
Yep.
One of these days we'll see you out on the river.
Oh, I know. We need to do that.
Yep.
She also has an order, Clint,
Is that right?
if you would send it with her order.
All right. I am going to find
Please.
that. 'Cause I did find her in there already, and that must be why. There she is.
Wow.
All right. I will send that with the order.
Nice.
There you go, all 3 of you.
A Flash fan made out tonight.
Yeah,
We got a good
Shell,
deal on a
Thomas,
pocket claw, and then
Deej.
we had 3 people, 1 more.
Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely.
All right. She is all set.
Congratulations.
They will all go out in the morning.
Nice.
Tomorrow.
Except for
And
great.
Alex has wait a couple days on his.
again, sorry to the Flash fam. If some of you wanted to call in, I guarantee you, I promise, we'll open up the lines the end of next month for Tuesday Night Hangout Live. And please, you can send your treasure porn anytime ahead to flashingyourpan@gmail.com, and we'll share that stuff next Tuesday night, Open Line Tuesday. And Jesse's showing off his shirts. You're having fun with that. Yeah, send in that treasure porn for next month's Open Line Tuesday. Clint, thank you very much, and thank you for your generosity to my family from many other mothers. Rose, thanks for joining us tonight. Glad you got your poop pump fixed and it wasn't too messy. Dano, Jesse, thank you very much, brothers. Can't wait till the next time we're on the stream. And all of you, thank you very much for joining us tonight. It means the world to me and my family. And you know, maybe one day, oh, I'm saying it backwards. May you all, until next time, may you always have a flash in your pan.
What does he say?
Oh, you know, maybe one day too, we'll meet you on the river. Make sure to catch us next week for the magnetic squatch. It should be a really magnetic good time. See ya. Love you all.
Hi, folks.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you one more fan, Nick, Rusty, GoPro Unlimited, the world's greatest moderator, Mr. Lodak,
5, 4,
FK,
3,
Park
2,
Good night, Thomas.
1.
Mark Miller, Yahoo Gold Prospecting with Derek. Good to see you. Thank you for coming.
Yahoo Gold Prospecting with Terry. Hello.
In Australia.
Congratulations.
David Villa. Goodbye.
Can't see you no more. Just credit.
Oh, I got a Canadian flag.
Waving the Canadian flag at the